Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We are in episode 3 of competing as a Masters competitor. So let's talk, Adam, about not that first-time competitor like we did last time, but making a comeback, because I know a lot of people who hung up the trunks or the heels 10, 15 years ago. Then they decide, you know what, for my 50th or 60th birthday, maybe I should make this a goal. And they have this comeback. And I see it all the time, especially now that I'm kind of in that age category. A lot of my friends I competed with and clients that I had are circling back to the stage. So what do you think those competitors need to know that they may not consider is different for them because now they are 15 or 20 years older?
Absolutely. And just even if we look at the history of the NPC bodybuilding and how much everything has changed with new divisions, new classes, even changing posing to a slight degree, really doing your research or hiring a coach who's going to put you in the right category. I'm seeing this a lot too, where some of my clients have had kids and now they're coming back, and when they used to do bodybuilding, now they're either classic physique or regular physique. And there's all these options now. Just like a figure competitor might come back and do bikini. Interestingly enough, I have a client named Summer Brooks. She was a national champion in, I think it was Junior USA's in 2010. She just came back this year and did her first bikini competition and placed second, and we're going to go to nationals and kick butt down there. But it's really cool to see her transformation from, bodybuilding, no heels, to bikini, heels, new posing and everything.
Right. And I think one of the things that most people have to consider is, even if there are subtle differences in metabolism and hormonal base, being 50 versus 25 or 60 versus 30, there is a difference, and a lot of people aren't ready to see that, that the collagen has degraded a little bit in the skin, and so you may not be quite as tight. But in true fairness to the competitive sports, as we all evolve within it, you are competing against the same people your age, and so I don't think it should be, feared if you are competitive. I know we talked about first-time competitors looking at the sport as a very first step into the Masters arena, maybe being something they should think, hard about, make sure it's what they want. But if you've already done a show, you're a veteran and you're just making this comeback, you know what you're getting into. I would definitely not be afraid of the comeback. It's just a matter of knowing, you may not carry quite as much mass because hormones have changed. Maybe you've had, because of injuries, reduce weight a little bit in your training. And so if you used to compete at this weight, you got to be ready to say, I may be down here now, and watch photos and body comp measurements more. But do you see any kind of hard, fast rules to that, Adam? Or is it, everybody's just too unique?
Yeah, it can really be person dependent, and how much the criteria has changed between, now and then. A couple years ago, the NPC sent a letter out and said, figure is getting too big. We need to dial it back a little bit. And they basically sent out a memo and said, we're going to dial this back. And if you're too big, you need to be in women's physique. And they drew a hard line for a little bit. And it's, it's really helpful. It's easy as you watch more competitors, just for your eyes to get used to the extremeness that you're seeing. So eventually, if it gets too carried away, they need to bring it back so it is what it intended to be in the first place.
Yeah, and I definitely see, this being a sport where you can continue to improve well into your 40s and maybe even 50s, depending on when you started training. A lot of people who make this comeback truly look better. Sometimes just the time away, the experience that they had before, and now maybe it's a time of their life they have a little bit more time, they can focus on themselves. I've seen an awful lot of people just come back and really look amazing and be very happy they did. So
it's really cool to see those transformation photos where it's we'll say nearly a decade of competing, and it's just super cool to see that.
Well, you probably won't see me do that, but we'll have a conversation about that another time. Thank you guys for watching and listening, and we will catch you next time for our last half of the series.